John here for Loose Threads. It's not often we have a Loose Threads unboxing, but this is something a little different. I went and bought some equipment. And if you watched the Canucks video, where I put together my Flying V, I talked about wanting this. And after doing research and realizing it nowhere near as much as I thought it would be, I went and got one. Manual. Some power adapters. Oh, this is heavy. This is a heat press machine. A 15 by 15 plate heat press machine. And I have every intention of using this to put on jersey numbers and nameplates to make my customization so much easier, because the moving and the shifting has been brutal to deal with. When doing it just a crest that's already down, super easy. So I went to Customized Sports and I bought some nameplates, but not the one I'm going to be using for this. I already went through and sewed the layers down. I'll talk about that. And then I got to set this up and see if I can figure that out. Let's do a thing. That's fine. Okay, so I have to install the control. This needs to be installed. And I see. Alright, so we had some screws, some cables. That's really it. What else has to happen with this? Setting, okay. And I did get some info from Customized Sports. So I want to read through this, put this on, and I have a heat press. Alright, well that was a bear, because these screw holes were not big enough. So drill was gotten and everything. But, well, alright. Temp. I have no idea. Aha. I'm going to have to read through these instructions because I have no idea. It looks fairly straightforward. Just throw it in there and go. And what I'm going to be doing, I figured, I asked myself, okay, what jersey do I have where I could, if I messed it up, it's not the end of the world. I get another one. And my Canadiens white, easy to get another one of these. And I feel it really is not good without the numbers. So I figured I'd go back to the last Stanley Cup championship with the French Stanley Cup championship patch, or Stanley Cup finals patch, and Guy Carbonneau, big fan. And so that's what we're going to give on this first run. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's heating up. I looked. Now, there are instructions from Customized Sports. And they tell me to set it up for that 280 Fahrenheit for 25 seconds, which is lower than what I've seen online. So 280, 25 seconds, Fahrenheit, and I'm going to let it keep building to that. We'll see. All right, I thought there'd be more than enough space to work around this, but there really isn't. I really can't get the rest of the jersey back behind there like I thought I was going to. So I'm glad I bought this Teflon heat press pillow kit from Amazon. Look, there's 1,000 versions of this. I picked one that was cheap. So I'm going to set this up. All right, now full disclosure, I am absolutely terrified. I have no idea what to expect, and I know that so this was it's a 15 by 15, which is about as big as you get without getting into real expensive stuff. And best I'm going to get is essentially what I'm at. And this nameplate, I happen to get one that's way too big. Now, I did see a great idea of if you fold it in half and put just the littlest crease at the top, you can then mesh that up with the seam here, which I'm going to do. Make sure that pillow is as far up as I can get it. Now, I'm not going to get the whole thing, I don't think. Oh, no. But I will take what I can get. All right, we're at the desired temperature. Oh, okay. Okay. Everything's fine. Into the breech. Oh, you don't want to go. Okay. All right, let's loosen that pressure. Or I'm just going to hold it down. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? Okay. And I'll be darned. In fact, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to press the rest of it. Dum-de-dum-de-dee-dee-doo. We'll see if I can overexpose this. What happens if I heat it multiple times? Looks good. All right, let's come to the other side of the nameplate. Hot, obviously. Okay. Okay. Shifting, shifting. Concentration, concentration. And third time's a charm. Three, two, one. Okay. Take that off. Teflon sheet comes out. I want to hang it up. Okay, so I mean, like I have to put the stitcher on the outside, but that's on. Like that's not going anywhere, and that's really satisfying. Like really satisfying. We'll see how easy it is to put the stitch around it, and then we'll get the numbers on the back. And wow. So I paid. So it's actually a saga to this. I paid. I won one in an auction for $90 including shipping. Guy never sent it. Deadbeat. So I went and I found one of the random listings, corporate listings on eBay, for 110 including shipping, and that's how I got this. So I figure each of these number kits is $50. Sending it off to EPS is 100. I do 2 jerseys successfully. This is paid for itself. Everything past that is awesome. So let's keep this going, I guess. I want to put the stitch first, and then we'll put the numbers on. I went and sewed it on because you guys have seen me sew enough. Oh, it was like butter. Like, oh my goodness, so smooth, and it's actually like it's more malleable and like the jersey underneath. I think because the glue is set, no longer like stiff. I'm super excited, super excited. So we're gonna put on these back numbers here, and see how that goes. Okay. I'm going to put my Teflon pillow in here. Now, this mat comes out, and I have to experiment because I bet that's meant to come out so I can do this, and it has the press the full way down. I am not that smart to get that done just yet. Okay, so I mean, So I've already stitched this down. We're still heating. And, I mean, that should be it. Right? I mean, probably should measure and make sure I'm within my tolerances. All right, we're up to temp. Let's try this. Well, this is fun. Oh, and that one is definitely a bit off. Eh. You know, for a first go, it's crooked. Maybe you need to, like, iron the number first. Can I pull this? What happens if I pull it off? Oh, it's still hot. Well, you can. Doesn't seem to like it, but you can. Okay. Going quickly while things are still tacky. Like so much of my life, still tacky. Okay. We're gonna burn ourselves, and then we're going to get this back in here. And again. So putting the numbers through the sewing machine, they got a little deformed, stretched a little. Just the pressure involved. And so that meant lining them up was not quite perfect. That is better. All right. All right. So there's definitely a learning curve in getting the numbers aligned. Once in sewing them, they warp just a little towards you. And so with this one, I was a little off, which you saw in the thing, and I had to stretch it into. There's just a little bit of warping from that stretching. I'm thinking that you have to hit it with just a little bit of heat, just a little like quick press to flatten it and get it back to how it should be. Not enough to activate the glue yet. And then full on press it to adhere it. Enough that I'm happy. Sewing was a breeze on this. It actually gets back into like just how skilled of a seamstress, sewer you are, in order to put this on at that point. And it's not about like the jersey and the stretching and just like being really, really good at it. It's just, you know, working it through and having an even stitch. Look, all in all, I'm happy, especially for the price. And for the first go of it, my first practice with this, I am thrilled. Sleeve number still to go. C and Stanley Cup patch still to go. I'll make a separate video on like how to do this once I know a bit more. This is more of a review of the machine, which thrilled with this thing so far. A Vevor machine. Who knew? More to come. All right, so I bought a Sabres jersey, my Skinner, and of course I got the Rick Gernhardt Memorial patch, and I want to throw it on, and I have a brand new heat press. In fact, so new that I'm still working on the other video. I'm just letting numbers cool. I'm like, well, it's still warming. Like, why not use it? So let's do a little bonus and throw this patch onto this jersey and see if that works the way I think it's supposed to work. It says it's got to be on 340 for about 10 seconds. No, I said 20. They said preheat the jersey. So I'm going to take my little Teflon pillow. I'm going to stick it up underneath so that the front doesn't heat press onto the back. And so this is usually where I'd be getting out my fabric fusion and later complaining about how Adidas jerseys don't move well. I'm going to place that right in there. Alright, so I got it placed, and Customized Sports gave me these protective sheets to use, and I didn't use it on theirs, and I'm going to do it for the patch. Let's do this. Now it's a much higher temperature than just the numbers, I imagine, because the patch itself is so much thicker. You got to get through it onto the glue. Time's essentially the same, though. And, oh yeah. Yeah, that is on there good. That is on there perfectly. Throw a stitch, not that it's truly necessary. You'd get away without that. But that's a patch on. Okay, so after you put the stitches in, the numbers curl up a bit. I have no idea why. Probably something with the tension of the stitching, or it's pressing too hard from the machine. I haven't figured it out. So my thought is I'm going to take some tissue paper and just kind of iron these. Like just kiss it for a second to flatten it out. Because that was the problem on the back of the jersey. And on the sleeves, I don't want that problem to happen again. So we'll try that. Okay, so I don't want this glue to set. And just seeing that they're already they're kind of flattening out in just the heat, I'm going to literally, like, a second, 2 tops. I don't want this glue to set. I just want them to straighten out a bit. So, and the glue's already starting. So, glad I didn't wait longer. Okay, so if you're going to do this, literally a second. I hope I didn't deform them at all. Wow. Wow. I might have messed up. Oh, I might have messed up. The 2s are coming off real easy. The ones which I needed to be flatter, they were the ones that were fighting me more, are the ones that are being difficult now. I actually got some paper I'm gonna have to pull off of this. Okay, so if we're gonna do this, you gotta just kiss it with it, just the littlest bit. My Captain C was accidentally excluded. They're sending that to me, so when I do that one, I guess I get another chance to try this. All right, I'll put these on the sleeves. Okay, so I have these Teflon pillows from Amazon, and I really do want to try and get, and it's basically so it doesn't heat press the front to the back. I get my greatest nemesis in sewing. I don't also want any heat pressing. And for the sake of keeping things symmetrical, I really need a second one of those long pillows. I want to try to do both sleeves at once. Now, this is not my full how-to video. I am genuinely figuring this out as I go. I will post a later video with that kind of stuff. But I do want to give it a good old college try. So, alright, so these 2 sleeves are the same distance. I can tell by the red stripe. And these numbers are a pretty good distance down the sleeve. Let me get these placed. All right. I place about 3 inches down from the shoulder. 5 3/4 from the end of the sleeve. Let's 280, 25 seconds. Trying to hit both at once. Oh, and it actually clamped. Okay. This is scary. Moment of truth time. Serious moment of truth time. 15 seconds. Riveting television, I'm sure of it. Riveting YouTube? YouTube television? Unless it's on YouTube TV, it's not YouTube television. Oh, thank God. Oh, God. Well, that did not like to come up. Maybe not lock that again. And they're down. The glue definitely set. And I think that works. I just got to stitch it now. All right, so this took way quicker than I thought it would on the sleeve. Sleeve numbers are the thing I hate the most, which is ironic because in play-by-play, it's the thing I need the most. Like, I rely on them, big champion of them. But this was quick, and I mean, I see one exception where I was imperfect. Overall, this was the easiest sleeve numbers I've ever been. Now, okay, now CCM jerseys have nice big sleeves to them, a lot more room to work with, but with these not moving around at all, it was very easy. Now, okay, I mean, like, again, is this EPS quality? No, goodness no. I mean, for a first go round, I'd never expect to be. But is this way cheaper, and can I knock out a few? And again, it's a first try, and I'm learning. Like, clearly, there's a lot to be learned here. I have to just maybe just kiss them when it comes to flattening these out. Maybe even just get an iron and doing it that way instead, so it's not hot enough to hit the glue. But am I happy with how this has turned out, especially for a first go round? Yes, I am. I got a C and a patch to put on yet, and then this jersey is done, and we've taken a jersey that is very plain and made it into something interesting, and a lot of hope for this machine. I'm thrilled. Heat press is the way to go. All right, last things to do is to put on my Captain C and the Stanley Cup patch. And I'm going to try to live a little bit dangerously and do this without having the pillow in between, just to see what happens. So I'm going to verify that I have that set up in the right place, and then we'll put it down. All right, we're finally up to temp. Let's go ahead and put this down. No pillow. Interminable time. Really hoping this doesn't scorch. If it go through, that'd be bad. That'd be bad. But we're testing it. That's why I have this jersey to test on. 3, 2, 1. Well, it's not greatly down, but okay. Yeah, no, that is not greatly down. I mean, now that I worked it a little bit, it's better. Doesn't look like anything went through. I guess I don't really need the pillow. All right, well, quick stitch on that, and it's done. And then the Stanley Cup patch. All right, last step, putting on the cup patch. And how many of you realize it was in French? I love that detail. Part of why I needed this. All right, in looking at the reference photos, I can't believe how high they put these up there. It was higher than the C, which I don't believe is a normal thing. And we're going to do it without a backing, and it's going to be a 340. It's going to be higher to get through the patch and get that glue down. Let's do this. All right, well, that's definitely on, and I don't think anything went through, and the back still looks fine. Stitch around that, and it's over. We're done. All right, I have a jersey ready to go, and matching it up with the pictures of what Guy Carbonneau wore when he raised the Stanley Cup. This is further over than I probably would like for comfort. I probably, because it has a weird. But I mean, look, I've had ones from EPS where they're in the armpit, and what are you gonna do? That's what it looked like from the real thing. But and these sleeve numbers definitely much lower than normal ones. Now they're up here, but you look at what he wore. I'm going with it. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I love having a heat press. This is going to change everything and make putting numbers on so much better, so much easier. My customization is going to get 1,000 times better, and I'm very happy for it. So definitely go out, get a heat press. Expect a whole bunch of new videos from me about how to do a heat press. Yeah, this is great. This is great. And then kind of a postscript. So you saw me put this patch on. I heat press it. It stayed on very well, but I know it's not like a permanent solution, though it could be. You actually could leave it there and it'd be fine. A lot of places do, but it can come off. So I put a stitch around it. With how big the numbers are on the back and how big this crest is, this was not an easy stitch to do. And because it's stuck down already, not my best stitch, not my best work, and trying to rotate that around, didn't matter. No no puckers, no movement of the patch. It was sealed on, and so no matter what I did, the fabrics underneath wasn't going to move. So putting on the heat press is going to absolutely revolutionize putting on patches for me. It's going to be so easy now. Really took out most of the hard work to it. I'm thrilled getting this machine and would highly recommend. Is Vevor the way to go? I mean, I like it. I don't know if you'll find it again. You see what the type is, what the look is. For $100, I have made my projects a whole lot better, and would recommend. So there you go. There's that. When you're going to do loose threads, that's the way to do it. I'm John for Shrems and Phil, another episode of Loose Threads. This one kind of an unboxing review of my heat press, and I highly recommend. Go get yourself one.